everyone, today's look is inspired by this necklace and the theme of Avant Garde, because this is my entry for the first round of the NYX Face Awards Australia. I've wanted to do this look for a while, at least as a lip art, but now it's coming at you in full attempts at high fashion style. I'm quickly reminding you to get into the next round. I desperately need your votes. So please go to faceawards.nyxcosmetics.com.au and vote for me if I earned your vote. You can vote 3 times a day per email from Wednesday the 2nd of May to Sunday, May 6th. I will put all the voting info in the description below, and more info will be on my social medias, so go follow me if you want reminders, sneak peeks, etc. And without further ado, let's get into the look. Starting off, I have semi-started a very last minute costume, but ignore that and cover dem brows. I use the glue stick method and do it too often in videos to explain it rushedly again. I'm also painting my hair silver except for the bun, which is going to be needlessly pink later. But right now, let's get down to the basics of the base. I'm using a bunch of lipsticks and eyeshadow bases to make a multi coloured base in most of the colours I can see in the gem in the necklace. First off, highlight the top sections of my face and chestarino with the Milk Jumbo pencil, and then take the lighter colours around the edges of this. I use NYX's blush stick in Magnolia for the pink, macaron lipsticks in yellow and green, and the Full Throttle shadow stick in Poison Proper for a limea green. I'm putting the objectively darker shades in more contour positions like Blue Little Denim Dress Liquid Suede. I deepen further with Amethyst Suede and fill the other areas with both the green macaron and Lid Lingerie in Morning Sky. To blend, like in my last video, I'm using my fingers. This time it is not just for want of less brush cleaning, but because we have so many colours down, we don't want to use a big brush that will blend too many of the colours together, or have to use 10 different little brushes for each colour boundary to avoid mixing and muddying them as you move the brush around your face. No, you don't get a fancy Strobe of Genius product shot because I forgot, but I'm using it to start adding touches of highlight in the usual suspect places. I'm using the gold, pink and lavender shades, which I almost never use, and you can see the lavender shade pulls quite whitish here. I am taking the 2 Avant Pop palettes to take this rainbow jumble of a mess to a more abstract-y crystal feel. These palettes don't really have a purple or a pink for shading, so I also grabbed Crimson High Definition Blush for anything that needs more intense redness. The Avant Garde theme allows for a little more expressionism, so I'm not going for any kind of photorealism of the gem here. I'm using triangular shading that is heavier to one side of the triangle to give off a semi-crystalline feel with the gradient of that shading to add a little more 3D effect. Of the shadings, using this white pearlescent shade from the Art Throb palette gives it a more crystally vibe to me, making it look a little more reflective. Breaking from the trigonometry here to fill in my eyes. There ain't no red in my inspiration stone, but I think you know the excuse here is already taken that avant-garde liberty. I'm using liquid suedes in Pure Society for the crease and Orange County for the lid, and blending it out more into blocky shapes. I then use the orange from the Art Throb palette and the crimson blush to shade out more blocks and triangle-y things around the lid. Then back to triangulifying and not neglecting my ears. So while I keep doing this repetitive shading, shall we talk more about my inspiration? That old necklace may have initiated this look, but I can't deny an influence that weighed heavily on the final composition. This look was so inspired by Rye Burke on Instagram, who is always amazingly creative, clean and intricate with their looks. If we do a little side by side, I think you'll believe that I had their page open when I was drawing the final concept sketches. So for liner, for some reason I wanted it broken, so I did it broken with the black liquid vinyl liner. Well, I started, but for some reason I stopped midway to assess my stick-on brow game, line my waterline white, and continue the geometrification of my hair. In the end, I pretty much completely mismatched the sides when doing my liner, so I fixed this by first making the single wing a double wing, and then going over the tops of the wings with vivid halo yellow liner to even them out a little more. And yes, to me that is easier than removing the black. I also cleaned up the bottom of my eyeliner with Vivid Fire. So for the kind of eyelashes, kind of just general face decoration, I'm taking various silvery and iridescent slips of stuff I either made or found and have cut into fancy pants waves in the style of something that starts with Lashed, but I can't mention because I think it's technically another brand, so it's unfortunately all I can credit. I lay down the glue where I want the lash line and then get to sticking and curling the bits of stuff to a more variety and intricacy. I don't recommend doing this on your face, but I'm the goof who left everything last minute. When it felt sufficiently intricate and full, I added rhinestones along the bottom of them because I did and because I wanted to, but apparently I couldn't do this on camera. Now I added rhinestones also to my stick-on brows and adhere them in the bleakest position. Then I wrapped iridescent cellophane over my bun, stuck plastic spoons heads into it that I'd cut the handles off, and before taking the metal sealing of coffee containers, cutting them into lotus petally forms, also poking them in the bun. Taking Pure Society and Respect the Pink liquid suedes, I fill my lips. And then I go over these in the pigments Vegas Baby and Froyo to match the base colour of my brows more, and then I add more iridescent rhinestones on the top. Pulling more Ryberg inspo with rhinestone lines, I add some more of those to my hair. Now I'm attempting to make that kind of feel of a lotusy cage that the necklace has with my lips, and I struggled just really bad. But hey look, chains! Probably my biggest idea steal were the silver hanging chains, but these look super cool, and the inspo was kind of also directed back to the necklace. I chucked on some stacked Vixen and Tease NYX lashes, chucked on the rest of my costume, complete with this lotus flowery cage, and decided I might look cuter with some big old black contacts. I also struggled majorly with these gloves that I'd glued nails on, and this dress that I'd made out of a sheet and tape, and these heels, which were actually probably the least struggle bussy in this scenario, to be honest. I hope you liked this finished Avant Garde crystally inspired look, and remember this is my entry into the NYX Face Awards Australia, and I desperately need your votes. If you are seeing this before May the 6th or Revenge of the 6th, whichever you prefer, in 2018, please go to this address, which I have linked down below, find my entry and vote for me. Again, you can vote for me 3 times a day per email. So that's 3 for 1 email, 6 for 2, 9 for 3, and after that I don't know if they'll accept the votes anymore. They'll probably start wondering why you have so many emails. Anyway, I will be reminding you all on Instagram and Facebook, so look for me at Pigeon Pie Art for both of those. I love you all. Thanks for any votes you send my way and directing your eyeballs here long enough to see this. And remember to stay classy, peeps.
Do the typical model pose. The resting bitch face, yeah. That's better. That's the one. You didn't see that. What are you talking about? No, that didn't happen. That right there. That didn't happen. Let's get a shot of them eyes in there. Boop. Do you want to do you want to see if you can do the model walk onto set?
I can try. Let's see. It's going to be a bit more of a model walk.